Hello, welcome back. No camera today. It's a bit shitty recording conditions, and I apologize for the microphone if it is shit. I've got a new one and I've got no filters on it, so I'm just trying to do the best I can whilst I'm at work. I want to do a video on the heist, show a little bit of gameplay. Hopefully I've got a loot run ready to go, and talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. It's about 2 weeks in, and there's a reason why I didn't do this in the first week, because it was super hyped. There was a lot of FOMO. There was a lot of people spending silly money on NFTs, on tokens, and we've seen in the week things have come down. So what is the heist? I should have had this preloaded. The heist is actually by a team called Longwood Labs. Now, Longwood Labs started in Solana Gaming in about 2021 in Q4. They released Remnants. I believe that minted from memory somewhere around December. I first heard about it in January. It might have even been November. But they had a staking game available from January of that year. And idle staking game, they take it to a whole new level. So I want to show a little bit about Remnants and show you how it's a pixel game. This is my screen. It's open. You can see I've got all of these Remnants. I've got 30. So as a disclaimer, this isn't a paid ad or a paid video or anything like this. I hold a heavy bag of Remnants. I hold a heavy bag of chimps and gorillas in both games. So I've played this since January 2022 and really got hooked towards the end of 2022, and I started getting more and more Remnants. And I found in Remnants it became a lot better once you started to get 8 or so more Remnants. So what is Remnants? Let's go clean screen on the map. Idle staking game, what does that mean? So you get a male or female remnant and you send them away to, I think there's 8 or 12 different locations to either get loot or to get resources to build and upgrade your items. So this is why I've got screens opened up. Now, they've had many updates, many upgrades. They've added new locations. Abattoir was the last one, and they've kept the game pumping along, but they did put a pause on Remnants and realized months ago that eventually Remnants, if they just kept upgrading that, they'd go broke. They wouldn't be able to pay the developers. They wouldn't be able to expand. And they did other things as a company. They've talked about it heavily in many AMAs. Some of that was building out the heist and getting a new game. And the revenue they've made from that is absolutely amazing. And it brings in royalties now, forced royalties, where Magic Eden and other companies took them away, and smaller teams were relying on those small amounts of money. But now Heist, you can see 24-hour volume at time of recording, 12,700. They're getting 5%, is that right, royalties? Let's have a look. Royalties, 5%. So the royalties allow the team to have funds incoming, whether it's going up, down, selling, people are FOMOing, people are selling, buying, whatever. They're making royalties, which allows them to expand. And if a team can't expand, if a team can't pay wages, if they can't develop, they're not going to be able to do very much. So Remnants, you send your Remnants out, you get items. I'm currently now going back to upgrading my trolleys, the mine carts, and I've got all of my Remnants in different areas. I'm farming, I believe, 8 or 9 of my 30 are getting resources, and the rest of them are getting items. So I'm not far from kind of, I'll do an air quote here, end game. What happens at end game once you get all of your items to tier 9, you get 3 on all of your characters, you've got backpacks, you've got everything you can get, and all you're doing is farming loot. Inflation is a very big issue in games like this. Inflation is a very big issue. So what happens? Do the team then make tier 10, tier 11, tier 12, and kick the can down the road? Or do they work out that maybe these tokenomics and this style of game isn't going to work in a long-term crypto game? So there was 8,000 NFTs, 4,000 males, 4,000 females. They didn't get into things like companions and dogs, and the lands weren't active or anything like that. I think I've got 13 remnant camps. I know there are really big holders in this game, and what really soaked me into Remnants heavy was a lot of the bigger holders and the Remdao. I joined the Remdao. They share information. They're all in it with Longwood Labs. They're trying to make sure that it doesn't go to zero, that they're responsible gamers. This is a very interesting context. They're not just there to get rich, but Remnants at its core, I spend an hour or two a day on this game. It's an idle staking game and constantly moving things, constantly building and upgrading. And what's very, very good about this and kick the habit a bit harder is it's available on mobile. So I can use my mobile Phantom. I can be at work. I can wake up in the middle of the night. I'm an old man, 43, go to the toilet twice a night. So I'll wake up, load my remnants, quickly send them back off to work, and then go back to bed. So that's a very funny thing. It's an addictive gamer. And this is the thing. So there's a little bit of context to Remnants. Now, does this mean you go and buy them and that? Do your research on it. They're around 4.2 Solana. I'm here for the long term. This has been going for 18 months, just about, and it's still going. The token, it trades on Famous Foxes, and I believe 0.465 Solana, so just under half a Solana. You can get 10,000 camp at time of recording. It's dumping. There's a lot printed every single day. A lot of people have finished their end game, air quotes again. So what are they doing? They're trying to take out some value out of the game. Me personally, I've got my 30. I haven't upgraded them all. I haven't sold a single camp. I've bought camp and tried to get my crew going quicker. With 1, 2, 3, 4, it's kind of a boring game. Not a lot happens. But the Heist, Longwood Labs, and you can actually go into their Discord. Where is my Discord? You go into their Discord and I'll put links down below. You can go in and see things like where all of their official links are. Now, I can put the links in down below in my video, but you should get used to the habit of going and checking the official links. You never know when someone gets hacked, when they lose their account details. It happens. It very much happens. Sometimes Discords get hacked. So you've got to be very, very careful. What I liked about the Heist was they put in, obviously, the game, the heist.game. Magic Eden links to the Heist. They should really have Tensor on there. This is something that I learned at Remdale. I wasn't using Tensor because I thought it was some fancy schmancy thing. I just wanted to buy NFTs. But what I love about Tensor is it's a NFT marketplace aggregator. So you get all of them. But it also takes you to Bird Eye to look at the token and Jupiter Dex. Now I use the V2 Dex, much of a muchness. That's the Jupiter Dex there. So you can see 449 nano. It's not a lot. Today I sold some camp and bought another chimp. So I'm at 40. But these are some of the tools you're going to need to be mastering and learning and looking. I've been keeping my eye on gorillas. It's been topsy-turvy. Like these went up to like 20 Solana. The gorillas went up to 60. So, you know, people FOMO'd in the first week because there was such huge returns. So this happens in a lot of the games. We saw it very, very heavy in 2022 in the move and earn brackets. People FOMO'd in heavily and a lot got burnt. A lot got caught holding the bag and are struggling to get their ROI back out of it. So be careful if you're going to be putting into a game. Now, as a remnant holder, I got 4 mints at 250 Solana. That was the pre-buy. That was one of the benefits of holding remnants. And the team has said they will reward remnants down the track. And that was one of them. So it was very, very cool. That was an instant win. So I had 4 there. Bought the rest off floor myself. Mint was 6.5 Solana. It was a complete whitelisted mint. And I think there was 1.5, 2,000 left over from the whitelist. And then the whitelisters again could go back and get a double dip. So it was completely done on whitelist, 6.5 Solana, hasn't gone below floor price. Who knows what's going to happen? This is the thing. The token looks a bit nasty. Went up to 1.2 cents a token. Now, keep in mind, this is a 1 billion full dilution token. And I'll go and have a look at the white paper and show you that. But the game burns tokens, 1 billion max supply, but they've already burnt 45 million tokens, never producing these again. So is it worth 1 cent? Do the math on that. No, it's not now, but later on down the track, once there's burnt and there's only half market cap, a quarter of a market, who knows where the token goes. This is all new stuff. So you've got to be very, very careful FOMOing into it and all of that. Now, is this good value? I don't know. I've taken some profits and sold some Solana to buy more chimps. Let's have a look at the Git book. Now, I want to show you Nana while I'm talking about the tokens. So this shows you 1 billion Nana as a cap supply, and they think that they'll be in about the first 4 months. And what's really interesting about that is that season 1 is where they're going to push out all of the Nana. So this could potentially be a long-term hold. It could. Don't quote me on it, not financial advice. I, at the moment, have 400. So, like, I'm not taking that too much stress right now. We're 2 weeks into the first season. Emissions and all of that will come. And I'm putting points back into my chimps because I'm playing the long game. So, they're going to have recruiting. So what that means is they're throwing out more NFTs, more mints, chimps and gorillas. I'll talk about that a little bit later. I wasn't super happy with the mint that happened on, was it Saturday morning my time, Friday American time. Stats, skills and perks. Level up stats, skills and perks to get better power with them. Utility, so this is another burning mechanic. Trading, so you can trade for items. NFT upgrades, cosmetics as well. Rewards hub. They love their mystery boxes. Let's go and have a quick look at a mystery box in Remnants. So you've got a chance, 55% chance of getting nothing. It's a coin sink. It's a token sink. So 55% chance the house always wins. It's a token sink. Understand that. But there are chances to get another remnant, a camp. The infection is gone. So what happened was this is how they got their zombies in the game. 0.02% chance of getting an infection. And a lot of people were pumping camp into it to get it. Old coin, we don't know what that does, or an Oni mask. In here, there's a shotgun. In here, paper bag. And that was the whitelist, I think, was for Heist. So they've loved these. They're very fantastic token sinks. And I know guys that have spent hundreds of thousands of camp on those particular items. Now, getting back into the white paper, 85% of tokenomics for game force, it's meaning coming out in game, no doubt, airdrops and all that. 10% marketing, 5% liquidity. So that is there. It's not a hard Git book to read. It's worthwhile reading it if you're thinking of getting into the game because it's quite simple. It talks about the gameplay. You can see the map there. I'm going to go and show you the map. It talks about the locations. There's 3 locations at the moment. Let's go and have a look at this first. So I've shown you the screen of Remnants. We can see that. Hopefully this loads up. That awkward pause. Give it a refresh. There it is. Oh, hello. So there it is. Now, you can see on the map, you've got a police station, Federal Reserve, gas station, Citibank, downtown. So there's 3 loot locations. So the game is based around 2 player characters. You've got chimps and you've got gorillas. 10,000 initial mint. There was 9,000 chimps and 1,000 gorillas. So a 9-to-1 ratio. Now the idea is your chimps go out and either go looting for items or for tokens, the Nana token. So you go to the gas station to get items. You've got a chance at the moment. There's 2 items, a duffel bag and the safe cracker. 20% chance for a duffel, 5% chance for a safe cracker. And then you get down into the rarity on the items. Now they don't have repairs or anything like that, but when you take them on token runs, then you've got a chance of losing them. I lost a rare today. It hurts. I lost a rare duffel bag. It hurts, but you replace them. It's one of those things. Do you want to go and get the items or do you want to go solely for the tokens? And I can show you what I'm doing. I've got most, so, this is my first recording. So I'm probably going to do these updated more regular, but you've got 3 levels of difficulty for farming the tokens to get Nana tokens. Citibank is, you see, low risk. So you've got a 70% chance of having a positive effect, and then you've got a 30% chance of having a negative effect. So when I say 70%, 54% chance expected, you get mostly expected. Now, fumbled means you lose your Nana. Confiscation means you lose your Nana and any items that you have on. Arrested means you lose your items, your Nana, and you go to jail if you don't want to spend 500 camp to get your chimp out. It's 24 hours, and then you get control of it again. And then wrecked, 0% chance at Citibank. Wrecked means quite literally your NFT gets burnt. So this doesn't happen in the Citibank. We'll get to where that is. So downtown, this is where I spend most of my time. Medium risk zone, you can see 3 hours, 37 minutes at the moment. My Citibank should be ready to go now, shouldn't they? Yeah, they are. So at downtown, you've got a 60% chance at a positive effect, and then a 40% chance at a negative effect. So 60% chance you're going to get something. And wrecked again is still 0% chance. But you've got a slightly higher chance at a 10 times and a 5 times. Federal Reserve, this is where a lot of the whales are going. They've got the chances to lose more. I don't send any here yet. I haven't. I'm scared. I don't want to lose any of my NFTs, especially when I've spent 7,500 camp in the first week pumping up their stats. Didn't do it for all of them. I did it for some of them. But a 0.002% chance at getting wrecked. So that means, quite literally, lose your NFT along with all the Nana and all the items on that NFT. Today, I believe there's been 3 deaths. Let's have a look at the stats. Yes, 3 deaths, 53 arrests. One of those arrests was me. So the idea is the chimps go out and they farm items and Nana, and then you've got the gorillas. They're the police in this game. So the police, let's have a look at mine. I've got 2 at downtown, 1 at Citibank, 2 at Federal Reserve. Now I reset these all together, and you can see they're just slowly accruing Nana. So 1 hour I've hit 64 in the Fed, 68 in Citibank, and 59 in downtown. So what happens is through every hour, 67,000 Nana is distributed to each one of those 3 locations every single hour. That's divided by the amount of chimps. So there's a lot less at Federal Reserve. A lot of people like myself don't want to risk their NFTs. So that means there's the same amount, but it's distributed to 600 less. So they're getting a higher cut. And the gorillas, if your chimp gets wrecked, if your chimp goes to jail, it gets arrested, even a portion of what you actually get, even if you get a successful, goes to the gorilla. So it's a passive way of just sitting there at the moment. There's no stat upgrades, there's no items. Those will be things that come down the track. So the gorilla at the moment doesn't do a whole lot. We're kind of holding on a lot of faith that the gameplay will come in down the track. I bought my 5th one at 50 Solana. They're currently at 36, 37 Solana. So obviously I bought higher. I wanted 5. I wasn't real happy with where I was at 4. So I bought a 5th at 50. So yeah, above floor. Am I unhappy? No. Do I like losing money? No. But this is a game. It's a long hold. Didn't sell all my bag at 60 Solana. I kept them. I want to. You get the attachment to the chimps, even if they're shitty looking ones. Where do I go from there? So you can have a look in your hub. You get some statistics in your hub. You can see number of chimps and gorillas. You can see I've got 40 chimps, 5 gorillas, hours played, heist complete. And time spent in jail is a weird one because I've not spent any time in jail. I got them straight out. You can see your chimps get ranked. I'm not very high ranked. 360 is my best. And then you can go into the hub as well. The hub's got a lot of statistics. This is where you're going to do a lot of your action. This is where you're going to put points into statistics in your chimps. So at the moment, there are 2 skills. I believe there's a 3rd one coming soon. We've got yield and luck. Yield quite literally means when you receive camp, you get a higher amount. 1 stat equals 1% increase. So you can go up to 15 stat points, and it costs you cheap at the start. So, you know, it's 1,090 to get the first 5 points. Then it's 3,300 for the next. And it's 6,750 all up. I thought it was 7,500. But 2 lots of stats. Now the luck, what that allows you to do is to get a double dip. Sometimes you might get it 10 times and you might get a second loot and you might get 2 10 times. Luck helps affect that. So I put luck into, generally speaking, most of the ones holding my decent duffel bags. You can see here, this fella here has got an epic and a common safe cracker, and then I've got legendaries down here somewhere. So I try and put the luck into those because they've got the big items. I'm trying to make sure they're getting the best potential return. And when your NFT gets arrested, you lose the items, but you don't lose the stat points. So that yield and luck's always going to be there unless it go to Fed and the NFT gets burnt. Then of course you've lost all of that as well at the same time. So 2 items in the game at the moment. You can go in and check in Heist about what they are. There is a 3rd item coming. Where is that picture? Here, lockpicks. That is a picture coming. I expect that will come out in the next one. And I believe stealth. There we go. Stealth will be the 3rd one. They must have updated that picture. So stealth is the 3rd stat. What it does, hopefully, you get less chance of getting arrested, maybe. I don't know, something like that. You get less chance of getting arrested. So if you've got a legendary duffel bag and an epic safe cracker, you're absolutely going to be putting points into stealth. I will be, not financial advice. So that's there. Leaderboards goes in there, and you can check your chimps. You can also check your gorillas. I did have like an 11th at one stage. I moved my gorillas around. I don't go too far down that. Cosmetics, I haven't bought any myself, and you can pick and choose. You can actually take them from one NFT and put them on the other. Guys are getting out their own unique NFTs, and it's cool. It's giving people something to play with and do. Now they're going to release cosmetics, and they release them in at 3 a.m. American time. So for people in Australia, you're just not going to get them. So I don't bother looking at that side of it. I'm not going to spend my nana on it. It's cosmetic. Now, skins in games are worth money. Some people love them to death, and there could be potentials there to get something early or not. Gambling will be, I believe, not soon. I don't know that gambling will be soon. Rewards, there's going to be like the mystery boxes, I believe. That's going in through there. Let's have a quick look at Tensor. So what I liked about Tensor, and they are the #1 marketplace on Solana now. What I do like about it is you see things, Magic Eden, Tensor, and there's a 3rd one you will see, Hyperspace, is it? So you do see all the marketplaces aggregate. It shows you some things aren't as easy to look at as Magic Eden, but generally speaking, I've also noticed as well sometimes if you go and search for, for some reason I noticed this on here. Let's go look at the old Dundee hat, right? $9.96 is the cheapest one. Now, for some reason, when I go back into Tensor, at $9.96, it's not there. So I don't know why it's not there. It's weird because Dundee hat, obviously, I'm an Aussie. I saw that straight away and recognised it and thought, cool. So you definitely want to have a look at your Nana, and I use the V2 most of the time. Bird's Eye was new to me. I got that from the Heist Discord. What have we got here? 45 million Nana burnt. Now, if we go into the Discord, we go into the Discord, they actually got a breakdown. So 20 million, almost half of that was put into stat upgrades. 23,750,000 was recruitments, 1.5 million cosmetics, and 150,000 on bailouts. So I think this is here, this Friday, new players, same chaos. This is to do with the mint. What I like, Trev picked up ID 10,001. Don't know what that's going to be. Maybe ID cards in the upcoming airdrop. There's going to be an airdrop mentioned, and they said it's not going to be Nana. It's going to be something for the players, for the holders that are staked in the game. So if you've got it in your Phantom wallet, in your mobile wallet, whatever, try and get it in the game to just at least for the airdrop. Now, when they released the mint, you had to have your tokens in your wallet, not in the game, which created problems. But also it was 250, 25 gorillas, and so it was 90% chimps and then 10% gorillas. But I'm not a big fan of how it minted out, because I had all of my tokens ready to go and it logged out, like it just lagged, and by the time I got it, it was all sold out. This is at 4 a.m. I got up 2 days in a row to do this at 4 a.m. to do the mint, and we're getting fucked as a GMT plus 8 plus 10 time. So not only are we getting fucked in the time, but there's got to be a better system. Some people are minting 4 or 5. Some people are going direct to the contract. It's creating a niche where you cannot mint. And I've got all my tokens. I'm ready to go. I had enough to mint 2. Couldn't even mint a single one. You get an attachment to it as a gamer. You want to mint. You want that chance to be able to get the gorilla. And the stats were based on, the price was based on the token price at the time, the NFT prices, and the chances to get a gorilla. So, 10% chance to get a gorilla. it just would have been nice to have minted. I think the mint function was dog shit personally. It was a very bad experience. They got the numbers wrong. And it was meant to be 47,500, but the first one was 50,000. So they did another batch of 250 an hour later at 5 a.m. I went back to bed. I couldn't mint, wasn't happy, and dumped all my tokens. That was the effect of it. So this is the thing. If you haven't got a sync, if you get pissed off, if you especially when you're out of time zones, it's hard. This is my biggest plea to the team is actually think about the time zones. Think about the fact that there's Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, in GMT plus 8, we don't want to get up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And if you're making it so all of the US and all of those players get the advantage, it segregates it. It's not good. I had this exact chat with Mike from Kaiju Cards when they did 300 NFTs for their Genesis swords. It was painful because you get up and it fucking sells out. So it's very, very frustrating. So the mint's going to be ongoing every now and again. And yeah, it's just one of those things. It was a very, very bad experience in my personal experience here. The airdrop I mentioned quickly, I did see this here. I was just showing that as well. Where was I going? There was a hack in the game last week, and they did talk about that in their Discord. And what was interesting is Photo Finish also had a hack, and was it potentially the same guy and the same styled hack? They got 25 million tokens out of the game wallet. I don't know the exact things to it, but they do talk about it. You can go through and read up in it it could be minor announcements. Either way, the team bought back the tokens that were sold. So it was around $100,000 of tokens. They bought them back. It shows you that, yes, there's going to be mistakes as soon as they, realize there was obviously a certain amount of tokens in the game wallet that was 25 million, and it could have been much, much worse. So they bought the tokens. Someone made $1 million, and it goes from there. Now, where are we? Let's do a pickup downtown. No, where am I going to go? Citibank. So this is 8 gorillas. I'm going to send these 8 gorillas, 8 chimps. I'm going to send these guys straight off to downtown straight after. Let's have a go. There's no special popcorn or numbers or anything like this. So there you go. Out of 8, I've got 6 slots of expected, 2 fumbles. So what does that mean? I had 460, so I've gotten 750 Nana, and that is on 8 NFTs. 750 at the moment is 0.1 Solana, and for reference, they're at about 9.3 Solana times 8. So it's 70 odd Solana, 0.1 return. So a lot of people are playing the game and they got very hyped based on the tokenomics, and they wanted a 30-day ROI, a 60-day ROI. It's not sustainable. It's not going to happen. People are going to take profit. Be careful if that is your sole purpose. Be happy with the team. Are they long-term? Have they been there for a long period? Who are they? Have they been anywhere special? What have they done before in the past? I've met the team. I met Juice, I met Stud in Lisbon last year. Doesn't mean I'll get any special favors or anything like that, but I'm putting faith in them. I bought my own NFTs, all that kind of stuff, and I enjoy the game. I enjoy Remnants. It's different. It's not immersive. It's not an immersive World of Warcraft or a first-person shooter or anything like that, but it makes me think. So for me, I enjoy it. Now, I want to send all these guys to the gas station. You can see none of them have got any items and none of them have got any stats. None of that benefits you going to the gas station. No stat luck does not increase your chance to get a duffel bag or a safecracker. It's a raw 20% chance and a 5% chance for now. So it's as simple as sending all. So I know in 8 hours, if you go over that 8-hour time, nothing bad happens. There's no extra percentage chance of getting it. It's just wasted time. On the flip side to that, if you go overtime on your chimps in any of the other 3 where you're going for tokens, Downtown, Citibank, Federal Reserve, what happens, I believe, is your fumble chance comes down, but your chance for confiscation and arrested and wrecked if you're in the Fed increases. That's my belief. So there's those things. Now, luck does not affect your, does not improve your chance of not fumbling or being confiscated, arrested, and wrecked. So you've got to be aware of where your stats are going into on that. So in 8 minutes time, I'm going to get these guys. I'm going to see what items get confiscated, hopefully none. And then I'm going to absolutely send them back out to farm. But I don't wake up in 4 hours to do it. I don't set my alarm to get up in 4 hours. I wake up in my morning for work. I reset them before I go to work and I do it. It's not on mobile yet. This is one of the biggest things. So it's not on mobile. They're working on it. If you've got an 8-inch tablet that can support the screen resolution, what is it, 1280 by 960, then obviously have mobile wallet on it as well. Then yeah, you can play it. If you've got a 10-inch or you've got a laptop, you know, if you want to get that hardcore and take it to work. Me personally, when I go to work, I make sure all of my chimps are out there doing token runs. So I don't do gas station when I go to work, because I might work 8 hours. Some days I might work 12 or 13. So in the back of your head, you don't want your chimps sitting there doing nothing. That's what Remnants, once I found out with these, it changed the game for me. So let's show you there. That's claiming one. Did that claim that? Oh, there's lots of things here. Radiation zone arbitrage will finish whilst I'm doing this video. So it's a very easy function here. Claim all. It's a good return. Very good return. A lot of it's very easy. So a lot of the game is automatic and automated. So they've done Remnants for a long time, and they've got that experience. And now by having this greater graphics, it looks so much smoother. They're now doing stat points. They're doing a different style. It's more PvP orientated, because you've got to think, where do I put my gorillas? Where do I put my chimps? Do I want to be safe? You can see downtown's just about the same as City Bank at the moment. So it's a very interesting game. You've then got to think about the world, where are the most players played, and all that kind of stuff. But that's going to be my first talk on it. Topic. I'll do updates along the way. Maybe I'll do another video that's a bit shorter. I've realised it's half an hour now, but all in all, I love what I've seen in the first week. I wasn't happy with the mint, of course. I've talked about that. Yes, there's been a hack and an exploit. The NFTs went up to 20 Solana. Hopefully people didn't get too burnt. One of the reasons why I didn't want to do anything on it early on was I don't want people FOMOing into these games. Be happy with it long term if you want to play it. You see there's a Heist chat. You can see claim feed. There are things like Remdao. Remdao's awesome. So you've got to have five remnants to be able to get in there and see the Heist feeds. But they're a very active bunch of dudes that are out there to do it for Longwood Labs and all that kind of stuff. Play the game and help each other along the way. You know, it's nice when you're all holding hands towards that cliff. Now, yeah. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've learned something. And thank your mother for the rabbits.